Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unlock the secrets behind corporate filings. And guess what? Today we're diving into Datavault AI Inc, where things are about to get a whole lot more interesting with a shake-up to their stock sales and a peek at how they're handling investor approvals. It's like a corporate drama unfolding, and we're here to give you the play-by-play. First off, let's talk about what this report boils down to. It's all about a special agreement for Datavault AI Inc. called the Waiver Agreement. It's basically a deal hammered out with their investors to change some existing rules for selling stock. And in return, the company is giving investors a bonus of new shares, but this isn't happening magically. They need a green light from their shareholders to make it official, and that's exactly what this report is detailing, the process of getting that approval. This filing is all about Datavault AI Inc. and their common stock, which is like the basic building block of owning a piece of the company right now. The stock is trading on the Nasdaq Capital Market under the symbol DVLT. Now the main story here is a deal called the Waiver Agreement, entered into back in July. Datavault AI Inc. made a promise to certain investors who bought their stock. Back in March, the investors agreed to pause some of their rights, which means they won't be exercising certain options for about 60 days. In exchange for this pause, Datavault AI Inc. has put some restrictions on how they sell their stock through a sales agreement with Maxim Group LLC. Basically, for a set period, they can't sell too much stock on any given day. They also can't sell it for less than $1.10 per share, and there's a cap on how much they can sell in total, not exceeding $25 million. But here's the really juicy part. To thank these investors for their flexibility, Datavault AI Inc. has agreed to issue a whopping 5 million shares of their common stock. This is a direct reward for the investors' cooperation. But there's a catch. They can only hand over these shares after they get the thumbs up from their own shareholders specifically, to meet rules set by the stock exchange. And that brings us to today's focus. The company has gathered a significant chunk of shareholder support. About 50 million shares, representing over half of the company's voting power, have signed off through something called a written consent. This is a way for shareholders to agree to important company decisions without needing a big formal meeting. It's much faster and more efficient. This shareholder approval is crucial because it gives Datavault AI Inc. the go-ahead to issue those 5 million shares, which is a key requirement from the Nasdaq, which is the market where they trade their shares. Now, the company has to tell everyone formally what was decided, so they'll be filing an information statement with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, and they'll also be sending this to all their shareholders. Think of it as a detailed report explaining the share issuance, but there's a waiting period before this approval can actually take effect. It won't be official until at least 20 days after this information statement is mailed out. And to wrap things up with the official sign-off, we see the signature of Brett Moyer, the Chief Financial Officer, confirming all these actions on August 29 to 25, which is just a few days after the shareholder consent was obtained, showing a pretty rapid move to get things processed. So what does this all mean for Datavault AI Inc? Well, on the surface, they're managing their investor relations proactively by making these agreements and securing shareholder approval smoothly. This shows a commitment to transparency and following through on promises. However, issuing 5 million new shares dilutes the ownership stake of existing shareholders, meaning each share represents a slightly smaller piece of the company. So while it's a good faith gesture to certain investors, it can impact the value per share for everyone else. The decision to limit stock sales through this waiver agreement suggests the company might be looking to stabilize its stock price or prevent excessive dilution in the short term. By controlling the supply of shares available on the market, this can be a strategic move, but also signals that they might not have the strongest momentum or pricing power at this specific moment. Looking ahead, Datavault AI Inc. is navigating the complexities of growth and investor relations by using these financial tools like waiver agreements and shareholder consents. They are trying to balance their immediate needs with the long-term health of the company and its share price. It will be interesting to see how these newly issued shares are received by the market and whether this move helps or hinders their stock performance going forward. What are your thoughts on this share issuance and the company's strategy? Make sure to share them in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more insights. Also join our Discord community linked in the description for even more discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.